Bharat is my home. Zakir Hussain, Dr. Zakir Hussain, 1897 to 1969, born in Hyderabad, was one of our greatest freedom fighters, as well as an eminent educationist. Dr. Hussain became the President of India in 1967. Earlier, he had served as the governor of Bihar. Bharat is my home is an extract from the speech he gave in 1967 after taking the oath as president. In his first speech as the President of India, Dr. Zakir Hussain pledges himself to the service of the totality of India's culture. Bharat is my home. I must confess that I am overwhelmed by the trust my people have placed in me by electing me to the highest office in the land. Dr. Radhakrishnan brought to the presidency a mental equipment, a degree of erudition, and wealth of experience rarely to be found anywhere. During a lifetime devoted to the pursuit of knowledge and truth, he has done more than probably any other man to bring out and explain Indian philosophical thought and the oneness of all true spiritual values. He has never lost his faith in the essential humanity of man, and he himself has never ceased to champion the right of all men to live in dignity and with justice. I can only assure you that I entered this office in a spirit of prayerful humility and total dedication. I have just taken the oath of loyalty to the Constitution of India. It is the constitution of a comparatively new state which its free citizens have, for the first time in history, given to themselves. It is the young state of an ancient people who, through the long millennia and through cooperation of diverse ethnic elements, have striven to realize timeless absolute values in their own peculiar way. I pledge myself to the service of those values. For though some concrete realization of a value may become inadequate with the change of circumstance, the value remains eternally valid and presses for newer and fresher realization. The past is not dead and static, it is alive and dynamic and is involved in determining the quality of our present and prospects of our future. The process of its constant renewal is indeed the process of growth of national culture and national character. It is the business of education, as I see it, to minister this constant renewal, and I may be forgiven for the presumption that my choice to this high office has mainly, if not entirely, been made on account of my long association with the education of my people. I maintain that education is a prime instrument of national purpose and that quality of education is inescapably involved in the quality of the nation. I therefore pledge myself to the loyalty of our past culture from wheresoever it may have come and by whomsoever it may have been contributed. I pledge myself to the service of the totality to my country's culture. I pledge my loyalty to my country, irrespective of religion or language. I pledge myself to work for its strength and progress and for the welfare of its people without distinctions of caste, color, or creed. The whole of Bharat is my home, and its people are my family. The people have chosen to make me the head of this family for a certain time. It shall be my earnest endeavor to seek to make this home a strong and beautiful, a worthy home for a treat people engaged in the fascinating
The family
task
is
for
big
building
and
up
is
is constantly
just
growing at a rather inconveniently fast
and
graceful life. We shall each one of us have to participate unsparingly in building its new life, each in his own way. For sheer size, the tasks ahead of us are so demanding that no one can afford to sit back and just watch or let frustration become endemic in our country. The situation demands of us work, work, and more work. Silent and sincere work. Solid and steady reconstruction of the whole material and cultural life of our people. This work, as I see it, has two aspects: work on one's self and work for the society around. They are mutually fruitful aspects of work. The work on one's self is to follow the urge towards moral development as a free person and under self-imposed discipline, which alone can render that development possible. Its end product is a free moral personality. We can neglect the end product only at our peril. This end product cannot sustain itself without seeking and exercising itself to bring about the approximation of the society to which it is privileged to serve to a better, a juster, and a more graceful way of life. The individual cannot grow in full perfection without a corresponding advance of the collective social existence. Let us resolve to get wholeheartedly engaged in these two aspects of work, individual and social. This dual effort will give to the life of our state a special flavor. For the state to us will not be just an organization of power but a moral organization. It is a part of national temperament and inheritance from the great leader of our liberation movement, Mahatma Gandhi, that power should be used only for moral purposes. The peace of the strong is what we shall dedicate ourselves to work for. I have full faith in my people that they will bring forth the energy requisite for the satisfactory performance of this dual task. It shall be my privilege to contribute my share to this enchanting enterprise.